Testing. Hello, chess champs. Today, we're going to learn how to checkmate with a king and queen against a lonely king. How do you checkmate with a king and a queen against a lonely king? Let's take a look at how this is done. The first thing is that this king is very happy. He's happy because he can go to any square, almost any square on the chessboard. But now this queen, she's going to make an L. She's going to make a box. And by making a box, that black king's going to get trapped inside that box, and that box is going to shrink until he's trapped in the corner. Let's take a look at what it looks like. The queen goes right here, and you can clearly see that that is the shape of the letter L. Hmm? And let's just take a look at what it looks like. That is the shape of the letter L. If the king is on a white square, you want to place your queen on the dark square. And by doing that, you'll be a knight's jump away. Your queen's going to be a knight's jump away from the king, and you'll be able to trap him. So let's take a look at what happens here. The king says, "Hey, leave me alone." He moves one square down, and the queen says, she's a copycat. She says, "I'm a copycat queen, one square down." "Hey, stop following me, Miss Queen. I'm going to move one square diagonally up to the right." And the queen says, "I'm going to move one square diagonally up to the right." She's copying him. But I don't know if you see the pattern here. Every time she copies him, she's keeping that shape of the letter L. So every time she copies him, she stays in that pattern, the shape of the letter L. If the king goes down, the queen goes down. If the king goes down diagonally to the right, the queen goes down diagonally to the right. If the king goes up diagonally to the right, the queen goes up diagonally to the right. And now the king is trapped. He can no longer go to the rest of the chessboard. He's trapped to only go to those squares here at this corner. And he's going to get trapped in this corner right now. Let's take a look. If the king goes down, the queen goes down. If the king goes down, the queen goes down. If the king goes down, the queen goes down. And as you can see, she's still making the shape of the letter L, but the king has only one square he can go to. He's going to have to go to the corner. And when the king goes to the corner, you stop. Don't copycat. Because if you do, he won't have any squares he can move to. So we want to make sure that you let him dance at least to one square. And meanwhile, the queen makes a phone call and she says, "Hello, Mr. King. Can you please walk over in here and help me?" And the king says, "Oh, I'm so happy to help you. How can I help you?" "Well, if I go right here right now, the king's going to capture me. It won't be a checkmate. Can you walk on over to protect this square?" And that's very important that you need to protect the square diagonal to the corner. You need to use your king to walk all the way down diagonally until the king protects that circled square. And meanwhile, the black king's going to dance. He's going to go up and down one square, up and down. He can't go anywhere else. The king gets closer. The king dances up. The king gets closer. He's dancing down. "Oh no, there's no party over here." "Yes, there is a party. I'm bringing balloons." "No, no balloons, please." "I'm bringing bunny rabbits." "Oh no, bunny rabbits. What?" "I'm bringing giraffes." "Giraffes?" And now finally, the king does protect the square. That's the square that's diagonal to the corner. That's right. If your king protects this square, you know your queen can go there. And now the queen goes right there. The king protects the queen. The queen checks the king. It's checkmate. Let's see if we can go ahead and go over the ideas that help us checkmate. The first thing you do is L the king. After you L the king, the queen turns copycat. You copycat all the way until the black king gets to the corner. Once the lonely king gets to the corner, you stop. You bring the king to help the queen, and you protect the square that's diagonal to the corner, and it's checkmate. Okay? So let's quickly review this. Let's see what it looks like all the way uh, from the beginning. And the queen, as you can see, is going to go ahead and make that move. she's going to go right? And if the king goes down, the queen goes down. If the king goes down, the queen goes down. If the king goes down, the queen goes down. If the king goes up, then I get to the right. The queen goes up, then I get to the right. If the king goes down, then I get to the right. The queen goes down, then I get to the right. If the king goes down, then I get to the right. The queen goes down, then I get to the right. But when the king goes to the corner, you stop. You bring the king to help the queen. And here goes. He's getting closer. There is no way out. As long as you follow this recipe, you're always going to have a fun checkmate. Checkmate tomato and mashed potato.